again. Quick update. I need to turn it down a bit. Shame. Turn that off. I have to get the fan heater out. But good news, it's been bucketing down all last night and most of today, and the shed's sound. So very, very happy about that. I've done a little bit more because parts arrived. Parts box. Nice when stuff comes through the post, wasn't it? That was head bearings top and bottom, and the oil seal for the bottom. I've actually not put, I don't think I put the right one in at the top, but which has allowed me to work this out properly. So that is the way it's going to be. Nice and smooth. Because my welder's knackered, it's binding like crazy. I've just spot welded 4 points underneath to make sure it can't move, but when I get that sorted or get a replacement, I'll do a proper ring weld. I locked off that, which was the old lock, and it turns out that this has its own steering lock with a bar that comes back, so all I'm going to do is put an ISA bar in, shaped, nice thick steel, but shaped to match this, so it will have a steering lock, which is good news. Next thing I've done, created my own, I don't know if you can see it in there, bolt system for the top, because all I really needed it to do was compress into the underside of this. It's probably not applicable to anybody else unless you're doing exactly the same project, and if you are, just ask me what I did and I can tell you. It's dropped it the way I needed it to, which means it's half an inch lower at the front than it would have been, which is good, and I'm going to do the same on the back end. What else? Yep, these. They're actually 1 inch bars, and I'm going to be using 7/8, which is the other standard. I've ordered off Tinternet some spacers specifically designed for that. They're supposed to be for the old classic bikes, but they'll do me because I already had these. What I did have to do, the rubber mounts with the steel cups, I've drilled through them to open it up. The only thing I've not got yet is these lock nuts on the bottom. There's a gap, so they're not under compression, as you can see. So I need to sort that out, but I'm going to use that as a mounting bracket. Same thing that side, and that mounting bracket will be for a pair of these when I've modified them. They're going to sit which way up? That way up. Here, one on each side, and that like that, which hides this, which will be painted black. Hides all that. They're going to sit dead on there. That will be main beam and dipped, because there are 2 bulbs in there, and I'll get away with main beam by just pointing them down, and that'll get it through an MOT. The main light, there are 2 threaded holes on the bottom bracket. That's going to be the main light, and it's going to sit there. So I just need to make a bracket to come up from here, mount that, and give me the chance to angle it correctly. And the glass in this is sorted, but that's only going to be most of the time just for looks, but it's actually got the right stuff in the glass to throw the light down, so that'll be high beam. And then you won't see any of this, so there'll be that one, and it's kind of hard. You have to imagine 2 of them, 1 of them. Job's a good one. So what else? That's about it for now. These things were a complete pain. I tried to get them engineered down, but it was going to cost, I think I paid 20 quid for these, and it would have cost me 45 quid to have them machined. So I drilled out the bracketry. Use what you've got. That's it. Seems like every time I do a video I say quick update, but yeah, it's a quick update. So cheers, have a good weekend, ride safe. If I've edited this right, I've got rid of the goodbye bit because I'm sick of always having an add-on. Which you now know there's always an add-on. Yeah, right. Okay, so the other thing I've been doing, that is the suspension knuckle thing. It's got a strange name in real terms. And the dog bones. Now the way I'm going to work it, the dog bones are my adjustment for the ride height up and down, because I've dropped the front slightly. I'm going to have to drop the back. What I can't figure out, because I'm a bit thick, is whether they need to be slightly longer or slightly shorter. But that won't be hard to figure out, because there's loads of kits on the internet where you can raise the ride height for all these racer jockey guys. For me it will be a case of lowering it. I think the racer jockey guys actually lower it, so I have to extend it. But that's no problem, I'm going to make it adjustable. I'll just drill and tap it. Cut them in half, drill and tap it, and put a thicker bar, because they don't get in the way of anything, and I'm not bothered about weight, as you've gathered, so fine. I wish I could have this sandblasted. All the bearings are shot, but what I've been doing, because there's so many variations on this thing, oh lovely pink towel, let's get the grease off. Those head bearings cost me, what was it, 16 quid, penny short of, yeah, from JG Motorcycles on the internet. Dead chuff with them, dead quick, no problem, good kit, with the right seals, and even with a packet full of grease. Not enough, but it's enough for now. I'll put a load more in. That's my sheet. I don't know if that'll focus right. My crappy lighting anyway. The only one I couldn't get the dimensions for was this one, and I measured it off the old one, which was, if I can get it off, that one. Look at the state of that. Talk about rusted out. It did take me a long while to get these off, but it's all done now, and I know what I need. There's only one I can rescue, which is that one, but it's, you can hear it, and I don't want to build a bike with a dodgy bearing in it. And the only problem I've got is when I've added it all up, prices in euros, 138 euros just for all the bearings set for the rear suspension. Jesus. So I'll be having a look on Tinternet to see if I can get one that's good, but maybe I'll use the forum that I'm a member of for the GS500E and see if anybody's done it and then got one going spare, because they've replaced the swing arm and the suspension setup. I don't think I'm going to be that lucky, but it's a bit of a shock to be spending, what, 110 quid just for all the bearings for the rear end. But hey, when they're in that state, it's not surprising, is it really? You can't use that, it'll just rust up within a few weeks. Anyway, I think that was it. Yeah, nothing else to say. Oh yeah, one little thing. These things are the stops from the original one, which is that. Bit ugly, but I might put that back. The only other thing I was thinking of, I could, at the back they've got an angle, I could flatten that and do it with a rubber bung here welded to this, because this thing ain't doing an awful lot. So I might do that, which gives me proper end stops there and there of my choice, leaves the front bare so I can tuck the headlight right in close, and this, as I said before, I'll weld a bar coming up, heavy duty jobby that engages with the key lock on that. I might actually take these two spacers off and raise it, because as you can see, I'm well below where my handlebars are going to be. So I may jack this up and make it more decorative by losing that there, but I'm not quite sure how to get these off because they've got security locks. I'll have to figure out what they are to remove them. I think that would look better actually if this was jacked up so that that block came up to this edge. The worst thing is this, I need to get it sounds stupid, but I want to paint that black and paint this black, even though you don't do that at this stage, just to because it looks all wrong at the moment, but we'll get there. Anyway, ride safe, peace out.